If you're the kind of guy who always reads books that is around success, how to be good at work, how to become rich, and you are somebody who thinks that girls are only impressed by guys who are rich or have financial success, well, this video is for all you men out there. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. These are tiny micro habits. If you inculcate them, if you include them in an everyday basis in your life, so let's talk about it. This tiny habit has got to do everything by putting things on automation. This has helped me, and I'm sure a lot of you do this also, but the ones who don't, it's a reminder to you that start today, okay? So Warren Buffett has very nicely said it. You do not save what is left after spending, but you spend what is left after saving. So if you haven't got this right, I will decode it for you, but you can go back and listen to it one more time carefully, okay? You can rewind the video. Now let me get down to decoding it. Now this is more to do with putting things on automation. For example, every month when the salary comes in, I have a savings account. So a certain chunk on automation goes and it's saved in my savings account, and the rest obviously remains in my current account. So on automation, the second thing that I have put is, let's say, my EMIs or any other payments that have to go. So first of every month, certain payments are made. So now every month I know I'm in control, that certain amount is going in my savings account, certain amount is getting deducted also. So I know how much I'm left with. And that is why it helps me to not get into any impulsive shopping or any spontaneous buying of things, etc. Because, as a woman, I would just land up liking a dress or shoe or a bag and I would just pick it up. But no, this helps. And this is a tiny little habit which will help you also. Moving on, showing gratitude. Now see, on a daily basis, if you take out even 10 minutes of time to sit down and to think that at the end of the day, what is that thing that has turned out very nicely or beautifully? What is the highlight of today? Anything good that has happened in work or anywhere else at home while going to work, etc., with a colleague, with a friend, or a phone call, or any decision that you had to make. So please write down the highlight, and by that I mean anything good that has happened. Focus on the good thing and then always make sure writing it down. See, writing it down is extremely important. A lot of you boys and men out there, you think it's a very silly habit, but no, it's not. To sit down and journal and write down that particular highlight of the day on an everyday basis. It's a tiny habit, but once you become consistent, and after writing it down, if you just say thank you, that's it. When you show gratitude, universe always works. See, this is all quantum physics. This is all science also. If you're someone who doesn't believe in the energy or the faith or God and such things, then at least believe in quantum physics. It works like that because universe does listen to you. These all habits that I'm telling you in this video are something that I do on a daily basis, and trust me, helps me build more and more focus. It helps me understand myself to help me understand everybody around me and also my clients. And that's why I keep telling you, try out my one-on-one session as well. Register. The link is in the bio in YouTube and also an Instagram handle as well. Come. I will handhold you through your journey, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your self-improvement journey, whether it's a breakup or a trauma. I'm there to be there by your side. Moving on to another habit on a daily basis that you can start to get the rich attitude. You consume less and you create more. Now let me decode this for you. Now there's also an interesting book which is called The Rich Habits. Now this is by Thomas Corley, okay? And he talks very interesting. There's this thing that he states in the book which says that 67% of wealthy men, they actually consume TV or mobile or laptop, on any OTT series for an hour or maybe less than that, as compared to 77% of people who are financially struggling or they're working very hard but not getting the similar kind of financial goals, is because they are consuming any of this TV or laptop or mobile OTT series, etc. for more than an hour, or in fact on a daily basis they're consuming it for a couple of hours without realizing that you are supposed to be creating more. What do I mean when I say creating more? This has got to do with gaining some new knowledge, to harnessing your skill set, to enhancing your potential, working towards something that would help you in your profession, picking up a new professional course. It could be a diploma course or something. Anything to do with, in fact, nowadays coding is a lot trending. Okay, so something to do with coding, if you can. I'm not saying that everybody has to, it's just an example, okay? So these are the things. And when you develop this creating more and consuming less habit, it's a tiny habit on an everyday basis, then you start to compare your previous years with now. And you will see the difference, that creating more is happening. You are satisfied, you are driven, you are regulated, you are stimulated, and you are professionally and financially doing well, because it's the attitude here, a constant reminder every day that you create more and you consume less. Moving on. Create distance from wrong people. Now you might think that this is a very silly point, I don't want to give importance to something like this, but let me tell you, in next 2 to 3 weeks, I want you to focus on this thing, on 5 people who are always pulling you down, who are negative, who are cribbing, who are complaining, who are never satisfied with what they are getting, and they're not even willing to work hard or try something new to make themselves better. Okay, so firstly, you have to stop discussing your plans with them. If you've thought of doing something new, of pursuing something new, you need to stop discussing things with them, because they will give you a negative energy. Secondly, you have to distance yourself from such people, because what tends to happen is that you absorb their energy, you absorb their thinking, and you absorb their mindset, and you become like them unconsciously. So what you need to do is be around people who always are thinking about how to get wealthy, how to solve a problem, or how to face a challenge, how to overcome a challenge. They are constantly solution oriented. They're always looking for solution, always evolving themselves. Okay, what tends to happen is, with these kind of people around you, you are driven, you are motivated, and whenever you are feeling down and low, something or someone like them would say something, and you would be like, yeah, I am feeling low about such a silly thing. Look at him. He is so driven and he is so charged when it comes to work or finances. So pull yourself away from people who pull you down. One of the simplest things, another point that I do on a daily basis, when you keep all your old medals, trophies, certificates, even for that matter, your workspace also, things that you have done, your first job, how you moved to the second one, what salary you started with and now what you're getting, all these are your achievements. So I've maintained like a little diary, okay? And I have a heading which says, I can do this. Now, I have listed a whole bunch of achievements, the milestones that I've achieved, the targets that I have achieved. I started to write my fears and doubts of things that I am scared to do, or I am, not doing it. I'm in two minds. I don't know whether I should or should not. So I list down the same thing in this book as well. And whenever I have a doubt, I go back to the first half of the book. I've divided the book into 2 pages. So the first half always says on every page, I can do this. And the second half is all about fears and doubts with doing something new. And when I go to the first half, it just gets me so motivated and driven, because I'm reminded of my potential. I'm reminded of the things that I'm capable of, how organized and methodical I am. And so I get charged, because then I get a feeling that yes, I can do this. So try this. Moving on to another point. Getting down to details, being specific and being very, very clear. Now, this is a habit which I'm going to decode for you. In Indian culture, Indian homes especially, all the housewives, they always maintained a diary, okay? जैसे हम हिसाब कहते हैं, हर रोज का हिसाब देखना होता है भाई, फिर हफ्ते का देखना होता है, महीने का देखना होता है कि खर्चे कितने हो रहे हैं, right? So it's all about that. When I started to do this, initially it felt very difficult, but then I did categories, and you can do exactly the same. So I had 3 categories, okay? On one page, you divide 3 columns. first column is your everyday expense. Then you have fun expense, and then you have future expense. So when you write down everyday essential expenses, your fun expenses could be lunch or coffee, an evening out with your family, or you're going out somewhere, movie, or etc., whatever. And then your future expense could be something that you have to, if you are wanting to buy certain thing, then this is the future expense as well. When you have all these three columns in place and you look at it on a weekly basis, you write down these things on an everyday basis, you think that I don't have time, I can't do all this, this is too much. The thing is that nothing is too much. It's all in your mind. When you pick up these tiny little things, it just becomes in your habit. The trick is to be consistent initially for the first 1 month, and then it just flows. Okay, so getting down specific details is extremely important, and this will help you in saving, because once you start writing these expenses and you every day on a daily basis write one line in this diary of yours, okay, where you're writing all these everyday expense, fun expense, and future expense, you write down, I want to save more. I want to save 30,000 to buy a particular thing, okay, and so on and so forth. But this really helps, okay. So हिसाब रखिए, बहुत ज़रूरी है आपकी financial growth के लिए. It might sound silly, but trust me, sometimes the small little silly things which we ignore, they turn out to be very, very important in our financial growth, okay. Moving on to my last point. Download at least one investment app, okay? Now, I'm someone who is, I've studied economics. So I do have a little bit of that finance background as well. But there are a lot of men out there who don't. But I would still highly recommend, okay? Either you download, one investment app. And today, the language that they use is also very simple. And if you can't understand it, you can always simplify it. You have ChatGPT for that. You have YouTube videos for that as well. I tried doing this and it really, really worked for me. See, when you start to know and learn about investment, आप ही का तो पैसा है, आप ही तो उसे इन्वेस्ट करेंगे ठीक तरीके से. It's your money, you will invest it in the right way. So for that, you should have some knowledge, right? Why blindly trust somebody? Of course there are CAs and of course there are investment guys, but you should also on a daily basis, just for 10-15 minutes, take out time and read about the new investment opportunities. It will open new investment doors for you. And there is something called behavioral finances. This is a very interesting aspect that I'm studying nowadays, okay? I told you I've gotten back to studies and I'm doing a particular course. It's got to do with how from childhood, if you develop certain investment skills in kids, from a 7-year-old who can be a very confident investor, and there could be also a child who was a 7-year-old, but he could be very anxious in spending money. This is all got to do with behavioral finance, and I'm going to do a video on this particular topic as well in detail for you guys to understand. But for now, I hope that all these habits have helped you, because they have helped me and I do it on a regular basis. And छोटी छोटी चीज़ें होती हैं, करके देखिए, छोटे छोटे चेंजेस करके देखिए, आपके फाइनेंशियल ग्रोथ के लिए ज़रूरी है. Money doesn't come like that, okay? And it's not necessary to always keep working hard. See, action is important, but your attitude is equally important. So I hope this video has helped you somewhere how to get rich attitude. And do subscribe to my channel, give a thumbs up, it'll help me to grow the community. Come on my 101 session, the link is in YouTube bio and also on Instagram as well. I will be there personally hand-holding you through your journey. I'll see you soon. Ta-da!